So I've had this, which is the Sony a7 IV for the past 2-3 years, and I absolutely love it. It is my go-to camera for filming, photography, using all of my talking head videos for my YouTube videos, any sort of filmmaking, photography, anything like that. It is my perfect hybrid camera, and I've been using this for the last 2 or 3 years, and I love it. It's the only camera you need. It is a one done everything. But why is everyone buying the Sony ZV-E1 right now? Well, that's what I wanted to talk about, and I thought I'd talk about it outside. It is a beautiful sunny day. We don't get many of them in England at the moment, and it's just absolutely glorious. So I thought I'd come outside and film this video out in the sun for a change, rather than in the studio, which you're used to seeing. So this is being filmed on the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, which, as you know from my previous videos, is my new B-roll camera, which I'm testing out a lot, and it's really, really good. I'm using the DJI Mic 2 as well, and I've got an ND filter on there as well, because it's a beautiful sunny day and I didn't want it all to be blown out. So this whole video is being recorded on the Osmo Pocket 3. So why is everyone buying the Sony ZV-E1 instead of this, the Sony a7 IV? Well, we've just had the Sony a7R5, which has just come out, and we've probably got the Sony a7 V on the horizon. I know that's a lot of numbers and a lot of cameras, but why the ZV-E1? Well, it's because it's such a versatile camera and it's such an easy camera to use. Now, it's not a camera that is made for professional filmmaking and long-term filmmaking, if that's your main job. Most people are going to get an FX3 or something like that to record all of their professional filmmaking stuff. But the Sony ZV-E1 is a kind of fill the gap kind of camera, and it is made specifically for vloggers, for content creators, for even filmmakers that want a B-roll camera. A camera to have in a studio, where if you've got 2 or 3 different cameras, is made for that sort of thing, and it does its job perfectly. Now, it's got some flaws. Let's talk about the good things about it first. So it has a full frame sensor. As we all know, full frame sensors are the best. Now, it doesn't matter whether you get Sony, Canon, Panasonic, any of those are all really, really good. I can't deny it, they're all brilliant cameras. So it's just personal opinion which one you want to get. But for me, I'm a Sony user, love Sony cameras. Now, the Sony ZV-E1 has a full frame sensor, which means it can record in 4K, oversampled from 7K, binning pixels down to 4K, which means you get a much better quality image. It can record up to 120 frames per second for that super great slow motion. And it has Sony's autofocus system, which is arguably the best in the market. It has their color science system, which is, again, arguably the best in the market, or one of the best out there. It has the ability to record in log mode. It has SD card slot, as you'd expect from a camera, otherwise what are you going to record on? Now let's really look at the flaws quickly. Now, it has a micro HDMI port, which is a bit annoying because my Sony a7 IV has a full HDMI port, which means it's good for transfer speeds, it's good for plugging it into your computer and using it for like a talking head video. I can plug the HDMI port straight into this. I can then plug that straight into a Camlink 4K, and then that will give me 4K quality video image without having to transfer it over to the computer. So it's brilliant, really. But the downside to the HDMI micro one for the Sony ZV-E1, it's not really a downside really, it's just more an irritating thing. It's slower transfer speeds for one. You can get a cable, which is going to be much better because you can just plug the cable into the micro HDMI, and that will be a micro HDMI to full HDMI cable, and then you can plug that into your computer or Camlink or whatever. So there is a way around it. But it is just a brilliant, brilliant camera. It has 12 megapixel photos, so it's just a great camera for everyone. I love this though. I can't get over the Sony a7 IV. However, that being said, the Sony ZV-E1 wasn't out when I bought the a7 IV. So I possibly would have bought that instead of this, having known what I know now. The biggest issue for me though is that micro HDMI port, but it is a fantastic camera. And if you have £3,000 or $4,000 to spare, then I would invest in getting the Sony ZV-E1. I would invest in getting a good lens, probably something like the Sony 16 to 35mm f2.8 GM lens, because that is a one and done everything. It's great for vlogging because at 16mm you've got that nice wide angle lens that you can just vlog with, and then you can put it up to 28 or 35 millimeters if you want to do talking head videos in your studio. So that's a brilliant lens. It's a phenomenal lens for one and done everything. You can also get a shotgun mic or the DJI Mic 2 to connect with that, and it's just going to do absolutely everything you want. That camera is so good. It's so good, in fact, that I've ordered one as to be my new B-roll camera. So I've already got the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, which is my new vlogging camera and my new B-roll camera. The Sony a7 IV is my main filmmaking and photography camera, but I'm getting the ZV-E1 to be sort of a professional B-roll camera, and also so I can record in super slow-mo. So the reason why everyone wants to get one is because it's so bloody good. It just is. You can't take it away. Now, let's talk about the differences between that and the FX3. Now, the FX3 is a professional cinema quality camera, and it's £1,000 or $1,500 more expensive than the ZV-E1. Now, like I said, they had to make enough differences between the two so that you wouldn't think, well, why would I bother buying the FX3? Because the FX3 has a full HDMI port, it has 2 CF Express Type A slots, and it has more fans in it, which means you can record continuously for a hell of a lot longer outside in bright sunlight before it overheats. Now, it doesn't have a built-in microphone, so if you get the FX3, you're going to have to get an external microphone to go with it. The ZV-E1 has a built-in microphone, which is actually pretty decent. So you don't really need to buy a microphone, all you need to buy is a lens. So it is really, really good. But the difference is, other than that, it depends on what you want it for, is the ultimate question. If you want to use it for content creation, filmmaking, and using it as a B-roll camera or a talking head camera, then the ZV-E1 is probably the one I would go for, in all honesty. If you are a professional filmmaker and filmmaking is what you do for a living and you are using it every day, all day, then I would probably get the FX3 and get a microphone to go with it, like a shotgun mic or a DJI Mic 2, something like that, because then that's going to last you for a lot longer. So that's what I would do, but ultimately, those are the cameras, that's what they're there for. This camera, however, is just brilliant for everything. The Sony a7 IV, I've had it for 3 years and I bloody love it. But the ZV-E1 is a camera that I would get if you are just using it for content creation and filmmaking. So that's what I would do. So this is a little bit different to my normal fast-paced videos of what you're used to seeing on this channel, but it's beautiful and sunny, and I was researching the Sony ZV-E1 and I wanted to buy one, so I just thought, do you know what, while all that information is in my head, whoa, nearly fell off the thing there, while all that information is in my head, I'll make a video for you all to see it. So, hope you enjoyed it. And also, if you want to become a full-time creator and you want to become a full-time filmmaker, then check out the link below, because my waitlist is almost full now for my live cohort, which I'm launching soon, which I am teaching people how to become a filmmaker, how to grow a YouTube channel, how to film YouTube channels, YouTube videos, all of that sort of thing. So if you're interested in becoming a full-time creator, check out the link below, because my waitlist is getting pretty full. So jump on that while you can, and I'll be launching that very, very soon. But if you want to see how good this thing is, the DJI Pocket 3, then check out the video somewhere up on your screen right now. I'm going to go and enjoy the sun now. Have a great day.